Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about interviewing. When I first started interviewing, it was during the pandemic, and I was just bored, so I just thought why not go for it, because I just wanted to hear people's stories. Like in my first couple of interviews, I contacted Laura Woods. If you're from the UK, you know who Laura Woods is, but if you're not from the UK, Laura Woods is a TV presenter. Laura works on all of the biggest networks here in the UK. She, Laura's worked on Sky, ITV, and so many other platforms. So I thought there's no way in the world Laura's going to respond to me. But I always say if you don't act, then you don't get. So I asked Laura, expecting not to get a response, but I did get a response, and obviously we did the interview, and you can tell in that interview I was so nervous, because when I get nervous, my speech becomes more rambly, and I start stammering, and you can definitely tell I'm really inexperienced in that interview, but Laura was able to guide me along to make it an alright episode, and I'm always gonna be thankful to Laura for that, because Laura obviously has a big career, and Laura doesn't have to come on my little channel to help me out. So I always remember that, and that taught me if you want to get somebody on the podcast, just act, just act them, because what the worst thing that they're gonna say no. Like if they say no, then it's not the end of the world. You just move on to somebody else, and if you don't get a response, don't take it personally, because the one thing you need to remember is, depending on the profile that you're trying to get on, like if it's somebody with a big name, obviously they must get interview requests all the time. So you have to understand, if they get interview requests all the time, then they're probably not going to be interested in doing another one on top. And if you are gonna reach out to somebody big, make sure make sure when you do reach out to them, you say to them, this is how I can help you. Because obviously if they're a big name and they got loads of interview requests, what are you gonna do to make yours stand out from the pack, so to speak? Some people have said to me, you should mention how you have cerebral palsy. I know what they mean, but there's also a part of me that doesn't want to do that. I don't want to play the disability the disability card, if you know what I mean. So it's a bit of a weird dynamic for me. 'Cause obviously, that would help me stand out a bit more. But at the same time, I don't want to play the disability card, so it's difficult. But as I said earlier, just 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 reach out, because you don't know the response that you're gonna get. So if you don't reach out, how do you know what the answer's gonna be? You don't. As I say, it's not the end of the world, and I feel like it's important. And this is gonna sound really corny, but I feel like it's important to be yourself when you're interviewing. Don't try and conform. Don't try and conform to a to this to a traditional interviewer, to a traditional interviewer style. Because that's what I try to be. I try to be like every other interviewer rather than being myself. And I feel like nowadays people that start interviewing, they try to emulate people that they're watching do interviews. Like, if you know what I mean, like if you're watching me, for example, you might actually copy some of the things I do, and I used to copy some of the things True Geordie used to do, and same thing with Jack Mate. I don't watch True Geordie anymore, but you know what I was trying to say. My point was, if you're watching somebody interview or do anything, and then you're doing it yourself, you are gonna try and emulate their style just naturally. So it's important to be yourself and find your own rhythm and find your own flow and just be who you want to be and just have who you will have on. Don't be, don't let, obviously people can recommend you people can recommend me names, but if I don't feel comfortable interviewing somebody, I'm not gonna interview them, and I would expect every podcaster, every interviewer to be the same way. Obviously, if you're working for the BBC or like CNBC or anybody like that, if you're an employee of a big network or big channel, obviously you have to interview whoever they say they're in an interview with. But obviously, if you're independent, just interview the people that you want to interview. Don't let anybody tell you who you can't or who you should interview. As I say, people can recommend me names, but that doesn't mean I'm automatically going to do it, does it? So thank you for watching this video. Have a good day. Thank you for the support on the podcast. It'll be coming back soon. As some of you may know, I'm away until next week, and it's a bit more difficult to do it when I'm away, because I don't know when somebody's gonna walk in the room or not. And as you can imagine, if I'm doing an interview, it's hard to really stop and start the interview. So as I said, the podcast will be coming back in a couple of weeks. As I said, I'm home next week, so I would start arranging interviews. So thank you for the support, and I will speak to you later. Have a good day. Bye bye. As I said, I can't really do them when I'm here, because I don't know when somebody's gonna just walk into the room, and it would just be awkward, and it would be too awkward. I've been having to keep stopping and starting every time somebody walked into the room. So that, as I say, I will restart trying to get interviews next week. So that, as I said, Thank you for the support. Thank you for all of the kind comments. And as I said, thank you for the support. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye bye.